Hey, Kevin VanDam here. We're down at Table Rock Lake for Tracker Media Days. And, you know, Terry asked me, he said, how long have you been doing this? And for me, I've been fishing professionally now for 22 years. You know, I've been bass fishing my whole life. I started when I was 3. You know, I've seen a lot of things. I've seen a lot of changes in technology and our equipment and our boats. And one thing that's really not changed for me is just that sheer passion of loving to be on the water and loving the competition. I mean, I get asked all the time, you know, how long are you going to do it? When are you going to retire? You know, I mean, Denny Brauer announced his retirement just recently, and to me, it's kind of a sad day because when I first started fishing, you know, Denny was one of those guys that I really looked up to. He helped me out a lot in the beginning of my career with business advice. You know, my wife and his wife used to spend a lot of time together. We stayed at the same hotels. We ate dinner together. So it's kind of an end of an era to me, and it's, you know, it's a little bit sad, but you know, I love what I do. You don't have to force me to get up out of bed in the morning to be out on the water, and that's one of the things that I always admired about Denny is his work ethic. I mean, you have to love it to compete at the top level, and it's been that way since day one, but on the Elite Series now, it's even more so. And, you know, even this past season, you know, I'd go to the boat ramp in the morning, and almost always Denny Brauer's truck and trailer would be there before me. And I'm a hard-working guy. I fish dawn till dark, but, you know, that kind of, you know, work ethic motivates you. You know, when you show up and there's already 10 guys there, and you're not winning, it makes you think, you know what, I better work harder. I better do more research. I better, you know, get on the water earlier. I've got to, you know, think, you know, about what the patterns might be even more. Spend more time, you know, on equipment preparation. You have to be on top of your game, and if you have to push yourself to do that, then that's going to be a serious issue. You have to, you know, want to do it willingly. You know, you can't force yourself to do it. It's something that I think that you're either born with it or you're not. I mean, you can definitely learn to be a little more passionate, and you can learn to have a little better work ethic, but in the end, there's people that are positive and they're go-getters and they burn to do well, and that's me. You know, I mean, I think the competition drives me more than anything. I love catching bass. I mean, but to me, that's not the thrill of this sport. What I love about bass fishing more than anything is figuring out what it takes to get them to bite on every given day. You know, I'm constantly thinking, just like right now, you know, the wind's blowing, the sun's up, the time of the year, the water clarity, you know, am I seeing bait fish activity? I'm always, you know, I'm going through all these mental processes thinking, well, you know what, maybe they ought to be biting this, or maybe they ought to be biting that. And to me, that's the thrill, is when you put it all together and you make it happen. That's, you know, to me, that's how I measure success. So I love the sport. I love the competition. I like the guys that I compete against. And, you know, I've been doing it for 22 years. And someday I'm sure I'll get to the same point where Denny's at. But for right now, man, I can't see myself doing anything else. If you want to activate the bass, you better have a hydro wave. You got 6 different bait fish sounds. You run it at any volume, you can see them actually come up to the speaker of the hydro wave. You can watch them come up off the bottom.
When you're fishing deep, the hardest one to catch is always the first one. With the hydro wave, you get them going faster.
Hydro wave, I won't fish without it.